Every Sunday, Pat Sullivan from Sullivan Hardware and Garden gives us great advice for do-it-yourself home improvements. Today, he gives us an easy plan to fertilize our lawns this spring.
You know, I bet it's been 20, 25 years ago that Scott's company came up with the four-step fertilizer program to make it simple, because maybe that's how us as Americans, we've become kind of simple, and then everyone followed suit. So now you're being bombarded with fertilizer programs for your lawn. And you know, in a lot of respects, it's easy. You know, easy, 1, 2, 3, 4. But you know what? Sometimes it's not exactly the best. Well, the first thing is, Scotts knows, along with other fertilizer companies, that we are excited about our lawns in the spring. So we got to get your money in the spring. Because if we wait till fall, you're sick of your lawn, because you've been cutting grass all summer long, all spring, all summer. So really, if I took this four-step fertilizer program, they're all about the same. You got a fertilizer and crabgrass control that goes down in early spring. Then step 2 is a weed and feed. Step 3 is a fertilizer and sometimes insecticide, sometimes not. And then step 4 is a fall application. So what if I told you that the best thing to do is to change this around like this? How about that? And see, I'm creating this space here because you know what? The best thing to do is to move a lot of that fertilizer, 75%, into the second part of the year. So the way I'd like to do it is step 1, which is fertilizer and crabgrass control. You put that down second, third week of April. Then you got some weeds coming up, right? So you got broadleaf weeds, you get a little liquid weed killer, and you just go out and you just spray those, all right? So that kind of burns them off the top. Then in August, we put down our fertilizer. September 15th, we put down our weed and feed, that's step 2. And then in November, we put down our fall application of fertilizer. So we have moved 75% of our nitrogen and fertilizer into the second part of the year. Our lawn is going to love it. The problem is, you won't remember to do it. So if you can't remember, just stick and do every 2 months like they say. But if you want to try a little something different, this wouldn't be a bad thing. The other thing is, sometimes the program's not great for everyone. So let's say that you've got your crabgrass control here. Well, you know what? We always fertilize or grass seed. You can't plant grass seed and use this at the same time. Now, Scotts has another product that will allow you to control crabgrass, fertilize, and plant grass seed. All right, so you can do that. So you can move these things around. The other thing is, did you know crabgrass doesn't grow in the shade? So if you have a really shady lawn, you may not want to use step 1 at all, but you have maybe out on the edges, you can use, this is just the pre-emergent without the fertilizer. So you could spot treat for crabgrass along the driveway where there's a lot of heat, and then just put regular fertilizer over the rest of the lawn. So there's different things you can do that the four-step program doesn't necessarily give you, all right? So you can change around, ask the person, and wherever you go, at the big box stores, the lawn and garden centers, you'll get some great advice on how to take care of your lawns. But if you want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, that's great. But if you want to think about it a little bit, you know, that's not a bad thing either. And the last thing, don't be that guy. Because every year, somebody takes Roundup and they spray it on their lawn because they see the word weed and then their brain stops and they don't see grass. So every year, people, don't be the guy. Don't put Roundup on your lawn.
As always,